Alright, hello everyone and welcome to my Inferno tutorial. We're not going to delay that much. We're just going to get straight into things. I really hope you guys will enjoy the video. I hope you'll be able to learn something new, upgrade your game a little bit. And I hope, there's something for everyone here. Now, we're going to start off with some T-sided utility. If you want to smoke top mid from T-spawn, this is the way I do it. So you go like here, you aim here, and you jump throw. That's basically your top mid smoke. That allows you to go up mid a lot easier. One thing you have to be worried about is this short boost that people like to do, especially with an AWP. Obviously, even with a rifle, it's very strong. As you can see, this guy will usually be crouching. So that is your top mid smoke. That, I guess, yeah. Now, if you are here, you can line yourself up here. You can do two different utility combos, I guess. So if you aim here at this thing and jump throw, that's your library smoke. And then if you like take your crosshair, okay, and then line up the left edge like with this edge of the balcony and the bottom edge with the edge of like this, I think that's like it's not an umbrella, but like the one that shields you from the sun. I don't know what's it called in English. So like this, right? And you jump through the smoke, you're gonna have a Moto smoke. And then you do either one of those, depending on what you want to do, and you aim at this like arrow, jump through your flash, and that's your flash to pop mid. So that was your library smoke, this is your Moto smoke, and then your flash to pop out mid with. Now if you ever wanna, flash someone to peek mid, you can line up with this and just throw a flash like so. It's gonna pop like right around the corner and catch people. They really won't have time to turn from it. If you want to flash someone out, like of what's it called, of boiler, right? So you can line up with the other side of the same wall. You can aim right above this lamp, I think it is. You can jump throw the flash, as you see. So you can do that, and you can also run throw a flash on pretty much the same spot. Now what that does is the first flash will pop high so they can peek with it. The second flash will also, you can even run a little bit further, but it will like pop there, right above, so like your teammate can't see it, and then they swing right after it pops, if that makes sense. I don't know if that really made sense, but anyways, if you want to flash your teammates out apps, what you can do is you can go like alongside this garage halfway, and basically there's this like very prominent line, I guess. You can just aim there, and I prefer W jump throwing the flash, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference. They both pop above apps, and anyone looking at apps will be full blind, and your teammates coming out obviously will not be. You can also kind of get along these like mailboxes and just aim at the top of this roof or at this red building in the background. They have slightly different effects, so I'll show you. This is the first one. This is the second one. You can do whichever one you want, and then you can also kind of, you can flash in the side like this, right? To like blind anyone on site. I don't have a lineup for it, but basically what you just want to like make sure is that you're like this wall is kind of like halfway between these windows, and then you're just kind of bouncing it off, right? Running. I think there's like a famous 2v2k flash clutch where he uses a flash kind of like that. It's a decent entry flash because like it pops there, so obviously no you can outline your teammates, right? Now if you find yourself here, like here, you can smoke four things from here. So if you aim like at this corner right here, you'll smoke long. If you aim like here, and this one's very like accurate, so you have to practice it, you'll smoke arch. If you aim here and jump throw, you'll smoke library. And if you find like this wooden piece and go up to the antenna and jump throw, you'll smoke Moto. So you have your long smoke, you have your arch smoke, which sticks out. The library smoke lands up here and water falls down, and then this is your long smoke, okay? Now from second mid, we can also have a similar well, not really a similar effect, but we can smoke Moto from here. If you get into this corner and aim like here, all you have to do is jump throw. I'll also change this so you guys can hopefully see it easier. And then you have your Moto smoke, right? Obviously. Now, if you want a lineup for this, the way I do it, I just aim at the like top stair, and then kind of throw it. I don't even know where I throw it. Like, it doesn't matter that much. Just aiming at the top stair below it is like good for a lineup, and I guess maybe when I cross this, or I just do it by feeling at this point. Okay, see, I missed. I was aiming too much to the right because I was looking at this and not where the. But you get the idea. So if I was like, yeah, I guess you can throw when you pass this. All right, I just have to turn no flash off quick. But if you get into here and aim at this like darker spot on the wall, and you left click throw a flash, you can flash mid and peek with it. Also, if you're the short player, you want to support your B guys. You'll throw this like very rarely, I imagine, but not impossible. You get into here, and you aim like it's here, and you double jump throw the smoke, right? Or was it here? No, it was yeah. I don't know why I even thought. And this is how the smoke lands. So you support your B guys, you smoke off their choke point for them. And one last thing towards the A side, if you ever want to like molly or smoke, or I mean nade like this part, you can just aim at the center of this wall, run forward, and you cannot miss it. Whatever you're throwing, it will always bounce off of this and land perfectly down there, because if you try to throw it, you know, kind of without a lineup, that can happen quite often. And that used to happen to me sometimes, so I just found a way to do it consistently. Alright, if you want to flash for your teammate to peek second mid, generally what I do is I just kind of aim here at the top of this railing, kind of on the level of the middle of this window, and run like half a step to a step and throw it, and they pop basically perfectly. I used to also miss them sometimes, so I would find a lineup, if that makes sense. And that is about it for the A side of the map. If you're going to move on, well, we're going to move on to the CT side now. This is your fast CT smoke, so you get into here, you aim here, walk until you've hit like the middle of the gap, and then you jump through the smoke. So it's obviously not going to smoke boost, but it's going to smoke CT. It's decent for a rush. From here, you can hold stop sign flashes if you're like the support player. You go here and you aim here, and then when they call, you flash. When the CTs want to swing down, that's when you flash for your teammates to peek. Obviously, it doesn't blind them because it lands behind them, and these CTs are full blind. If you ever want to flash top banana, you go below this police officer, you crouch and aim at the edge of this balcony, and you throw the flash, which pops right on top of Halfwall and gets everyone. If you go into this, like, at wood, basically, and you aim, you have to be, like, pretty accurate with it, kind of like shown, not like shown, like that. You can smoke CT boost, and then here's your God Flash. So this is the boost smoke, and then the God Flash, which pops here and gets everyone. From here, you can smoke both CT and boost, or CT and Coffins, I mean. So you smoke CT like here, and then you go like here, basically at the level of this rooftop, and you smoke Coffins. Now, with this smoke, you have to be careful because they can be here. It doesn't smoke that. Also, you have to be careful on boost. So they're not the greatest smokes, but they'll do the trick if you know what to look out for. If you want a proper coffin smoke, you get yourself here, and you aim like shown, like here, and then you jump throw. And this will be your coffin's smoke, which will land on top of this. And, you know, obviously they cannot see you from there anymore. If you get into here and you find this and just aim a little bit below, that's going to be your triple molly when you jump throw. And then from the same spot you can aim here, that's going to be your first and second molly. So this will always spread fully to triple, whereas this will always spread on top of second and into first, and usually it will spread into second as well. So hopefully I can show you that right now. Or maybe I didn't throw it well. Let's see. This is, I mean, the same thing pretty much. Yeah, but now it spreads. I don't know. I feel like I did the same lineup. But anyways, usually it will spread here. I don't know why it didn't. You can do entry flashes for your teammates from this spot where you're doing like these two smokes from, right? You can also do entry flashes by aiming here. So you take this and then you take this and you kind of go here and you jump throw the flash and it will land on top of this balcony. And you will not be like flashing your teammates, but you will be flashing all of sight, if that makes sense. And then also from this spot, if you're doing like these two Molotovs, you can aim here and throw a flash, which will bounce down, land behind here, so it will not flash your teammates that are entering in unless they're all the way out. So you can do it, you do the two Molotovs and then you have a teammate, you know, that's maybe doing like these smokes and those flashes, and then you have your two Molotovs, and then you do your flashes, and your teammate does these flashes, and they layer well because these pop first. They do not blind your teammates as they're, you know, out here clearing everything, and then these start to pop as they're like out here, and these would start blinding them, if that makes sense. Now there's some interesting stuff here, so let me try to spell this. Okay, so if you're on the CT side and you're like say smoked off here and you want to deny the plant from CT, what you want to do is for the molly, you just want to hold both clicks and just kind of do this, right? And you will molly default every time. And then you want to do the same thing with the nade, but you don't want to be holding middle click, right? You want to be holding just the left click for it to go a little deeper. And that's going to be your denial. And then from here, you can do the same thing. It's even better. If you find yourself here as they're planting, you get like into this corner, and you just aim here, right? And you do both. Bang. And he blows the fuck up, right? Also, I've seen Jame do this on like some half-by. They had a strat, like before he threw these flashes, he would just come here and aim here, basically. Like here and then above. And this would be his coffin smoke. And then he would, you know, flash this for his teammates. And they would have their coffin smoke. He would be flashing for them as well. Like, he would come up here. I don't remember if he did a god flash or maybe he was flashing above CT. It doesn't really matter. And his teammates were, like, swinging 4 here. It was delayed, obviously. It wasn't off spawn. 4 here were, like, Tech 9s and shit, and they would just smoke CT. They'd have coffin smoked, and then he would do some sort of flash to get him in the side. It was a very interesting strat, and it worked for them. I think they got the plant, and it was down to like a 1v1. I don't really remember who won the 1v1, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it worked. If they got into a 1v1 from the half-by. So that's a pretty great thing, I guess. Pretty great idea. If you're on the CT side, these are fallen flashes for your teammates to be peeking. So in the middle of this and on the right side of the chimney, that's all. If you want to do retake flashes, you go here, you aim here, you left click throw. If you want to flash for your team to peek like deeper into banana, you just aim here and you left click throw from the same spot. Now from this spot you can also nade on top of Halfwall. So you're here, right? You find like this and then you go down to this, right? You get up on top of it by pressing jump and then A really quickly after you do that. Oh, like that. And then you're going to run forward. And you have to practice this to see how much you have to run. But this is how much I run. And it nades Halfwall. Obviously, if you run too short or too long, it will bounce differently. So that's why I said you have to practice it. Okay, if you want to smoke deep banana for your teammates, if you're the A player, one of the A players, of course, your teammates will love you for this that are playing B. So you get into here, and you find this mark on this dot, and then just go to the right to this wooden beam and jump throw your smoke. This is the one that I'm using now. Lands relatively quickly. It's quick enough, basically, and this is how it looks like. It's 9.5 to 10 seconds. If you want to do a retake combo, you can do it from here. So you get on top of the second one from the right. You aim at the top of this. I should probably take an Incendiary for this, but whatever. You middle click, throw your smoke, and then you take your molly out and aim like here at this white spot on the wall. And you should do it faster than me because I'm explaining it to you, right? and the molly has to land before the smoke. So I'm going to show you in full speed now that it's not actually going to fuck it up. The timing is perfect, right? So you go like this, and you go like this, and so the smoke bounces, then the molly lands, and you have your combo. And then if you want, you can also throw a flash, or you can do whatever you want to do. Also, an interesting idea, when you have half-wall smoked, let's say you have it smoked like this, it would probably be a little deeper than this, so we're actually going to throw it a little bit deeper than that. So like that. You can have a teammate ready to flash what I've just shown you, like this one, like so. And then you have your nade out here, and so you're like wherever you want to be, it doesn't really matter. You call for the flash, you open this, you get the flash popping, and then you open the smoke, right? If that makes sense, and you peek into them, see what's up. That's a pretty good play that usually gets kills, I found. You can smoke banana like this if you want to be fancy. This was the flames you want, so you just go into here and just kind of aim here, and you smoke it. Looks cool. Basically the same thing as doing that. And now if your opponents are always like mollying car and you want to peek, whether with an AWP or with an M4, you just go and aim here, right? So at this white part of the wall and then below this part of the window. So like here, and you jump throw. Or you have one of your teammates do it. Obviously you cannot do this and peek yourself, but what this does is it will extinguish any car molly. You can peek here for the first couple of seconds before the smoke spreads fully, and then you cannot be here anymore, but you have more than enough time. And you can also peek here because there's a gap, and you will not be mollied while you're doing that. Alright, so just a few things that I forgot to show you. So this is the FaZe smoke with the lineup, right? So I'll show you right now. So you go like here in the middle of this basically, and you see like this section of the roof. You go to this part and you W jump through the smoke. So the FaZe smoke is the mid smoke, right? And then you can push down, you can push in the second mid, or you can not do anything. You just deny info from the T's. Then they have to blow it, flash through it. If they go through a dry, of course, you can always be here. Now you have to be careful with all the spams and everything. But yeah, you get the idea. Now, if you get into here and aim here, so you see like this window and then this part, and you jump through the smoke, that's going to be your arch smoke, okay? So just like that. And then from here, there's two, oh yeah, I'm not on refrag. There's two wrap smokes. So you can also flash mid like this. It's not that good because it doesn't catch, for example, someone that's holding here, but it's possible if you want to do it with this smoke. So you get into here, you aim like this window and then here, right? And you jump through the smoke. So that is going to be your like a wrap smoke. So when your teammates are coming up long, they cannot be seen from pit, mini pit, anything like that. They can wrap the site freely, and then as I said, after you do that, you can always flash onto that. Another version of this smoke is if you get yourself into here and you find like this part of the wall and you aim like here, I think. Yeah. Or was it here? Which one's better? No, the bottom one. You have to aim on the bottom one. You jump through the smoke and you get pretty much the same thing as you can see. You just have to be careful because you might leave. Like the first one is a bit better. But like this should be fine, as you can see. So if you're like here and then you don't want to like go all the way back and then line up with this, you can just kind of go here and throw it like so. So yeah. Alright, so I recorded this video like probably a week ago at this point, maybe even 8 days ago, and I've been a lazy fuck. I didn't want to edit it. I'm gonna get started on it right now, but as an apology, I'm just gonna throw in 3 more lineups that I've learned in the meantime from one of my, let's just call him like an acquaintance, unfortunately for me. So the first flash is like, well, the only flash is the flash for your guy to peek from bedroom into boiler and apps. So you line yourself up, alongside like this, a bit, on the left side of whatever this is under this lamp. and you aim at this shadow, and then so that your crosshair is the obviously top line, so it goes where it's supposed to, right? I think that makes sense. Just like on the shadow, you jump throw the flash, pops here, full blinds anyone here, full blinds anyone, you know, here, like looking here. Nobody's gonna be holding like this. Like most people either play here or down there. So that's that. And then if you come here, on this crack on the wall, I guess, and you find like this, and then you go 2 to the right and a bit above, you left click throw a smoke with, you know, you deny info and long, you can go arch with it, as you can see. And then from the same spot, you can also find like this on the wall, go a bit down, and jump throw a Moto smoke. So this is what this smoke looks like. Denies info from the guy playing Moto, from the guy playing library, so you can obviously walk arch, go CT, and then the Moto smoke is just, you know, your Moto smoke, I guess. Alright, so that is about all of the utility that I know for this map. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you were able to learn something new, upgrade your game a little bit. I've made a new friend, as you can see. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. There's a few links in the description if you want to check things out, like my Twitter, Instagram, Discord, whatever. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. The next one should be Mirage, right? Yeah, the next one is Mirage. So until then, I love you guys. Thank you for watching once again, and bye-bye.